Hey, what's up, everybody? Mogown Monster here, along with the lovely Stevie B.
Hello.
Welcome to Why the Fascination, or WTF, as we so lovingly call it.
After all these
Or we
years.
just say it that much that, you know.
Oh, listen. Look.
Look at the amateur over here. It's great to see everybody in chat tonight.
Hey, I was just doing good by getting the show to come up on my phone.
What's up to everybody who's not in chat but watching? Thanks for hanging out. Sharon, how are you? Good to see you.
Thank you, Miss Sharon.
Harold, what's up? OCST. Northwoods. Hey, Jim. Jim's camera at dawn. You guys, if you get up early, go check him out. He's always sitting on his porch with the camera going.
He is.
Listening to the birds.
Beautiful birds. It's a nice way to drive to work, listening to it.
Yeah, no, I sit here, I have my coffee, and if he's on, I'll watch if I'm up.
Michael Haywood said Saturday. He said, "What the hell is this? Jim takes off on the weekends?" He was up early.
Sandra, how are you? Hey, Mr. Lee, what's up?
Looking for him. Alex.
Hey, Alex. Welcome. Good to see you, man.
Right?
Still in PR, or are you home? The home?
No, they've been home.
It's home.
They've been home.
Yeah, I was thrilled to hear that you went down there, went to Puerto Rico, Alex. That's cool. Nice family reunion, huh?
Yeah,
Right
very,
on.
very, very cool.
Mr. Haywood.
Speak of the devil.
Mr. 65 Fish.
Oh, I see what they're talking about. See in chat. They rank them for the most comments. It's top comments.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who started that shit?
I don't know.
That's rude.
I've
Although it's interesting
I've
because
seen it in other channels.
it'll make you comment more
I
to
didn't.
try to compete and be the #1 chatter.
I didn't know what that was before.
I didn't know it existed.
I've seen it in other
I'm
channels.
still trying to figure out this one. What does this do? Ah, here we go. Chat shows up on screen. LIB, what's happening?
What'd it do?
How high does it go? The whole thing? So that means it's going to block you out. That's kind of small.
No, it kind of fades when it gets. By the time it gets to my
We're just
shoulder.
playing. I'm pushing buttons.
Gents. Look at that. He says, "Hey, gents."
I feel like I missed somebody.
Lee. Good to see you.
I think I got everybody. I got to go to the bottom and see who slipped in. Hey, Karen.
Christy, how you doing? I don't know why, but it keeps saying #1 next to Michael Haywood. What's going on?
Is that the middle finger sticking up? Is that emoji that's like
emoji. Middle finger emoji.
So
That's weird.
I'm hoping that we don't get. I think we'll be all right with the storms tonight. I don't think we'll get hit where we're going to lose power. Oh, wow. He says, Alex said it was a great family reunion. It's been 40 years since all the siblings were together.
Right. That's very cool.
So, fishing report. You know, this just been a weird weekend with fish. And I got stung by a bee on Friday.
Arm blew up like a balloon.
Yeah.
Still is.
Edema. You know, I mean,
A little bit.
This was just, it went from like here to
All
my
the way to
wrist.
wrist. Yep.
It just started going down today, but my arm was like,
A balloon.
it was fucked. I mean, I worked with it and I just kind of ignored it. I just kept putting like Benadryl on it because it friggin' itched. Still itches. But yeah. And then when did I have to do the call 911? Was that for the jet skiers? Is that like Friday?
Was it? I don't even know.
I don't know.
I think maybe. Karen.
I just read that. They're not there.
Right, well, I'm such a dork.
Thanks for worrying them.
Yes. Antihistamine meds, Mr. Lee. That's what I've been trying to push on him.
I've taken Benadryl
I
and
know.
allergy stuff, and it didn't help the swelling.
Well, it's not for the swelling. It's for the toxins in your body.
Some. All antihistamine does is I don't think it does anything for the toxins. It turns off the histamine receptors in your body, so you don't get that
it's
itchy
a blocker.
feeling. Yes. WTF Mike, how's it going? Post the link in chat. Get that out of the way. Links in chat. Anybody wants to join us, come hang out.
Please.
So the other day, Stevie's in the back fishing. I walk out and she casts up the wall. She's reeling in and boom, you see the water kind of explode and she's like, oh, I got something. And she thinks it's a gator. I was like, I don't think so. And I walked up and I saw it and I was like, nope, not a gator. You want to tell what we pulled in?
Well, I don't know what it was. I guess there was almost a 5-pound tilapia.
5 pounds. Got a picture somewhere.
You got it on your phone.
Yeah, it was unusual that it took a rubber worm. Tilapia are more, I don't know, vegetarian or.
I don't know.
Oh, isn't that what we were going to try to do with fish for them with black eyed peas and the.
Yeah, but that was a
corn.
different. I think that was different. That what we were fishing with the corn.
Yeah, no, that's the tilapia.
They look different than what I caught. That was out there the night when we were using the corn. I don't know. That's what I said. I don't know.
Where was that picture?
No, Christy, do it back. That'd have been a hell of a meal, though. That thing was fat. Dude. 4.92 pounds.
I don't know if you sent me the picture.
That is it's in your messenger. That's the biggest fish I've ever caught. Like heaviest, not long length. Why would I throw it back? Probably too lazy to cook it. No, we catch or release.
I don't know. I don't know where it is.
Yeah.
So then I was at work 3 days ago, whatever it was on the weekend, probably Friday or Saturday. And I'm using my ultralight rod, and it's something I use for crappie fishing. This was the tilapia that Stevie caught.
Well, you had it good the other way.
And then it was what, 4.97?
92. You can't see it.
So I'm fishing with with a crappie jig. And in the spot I was fishing, there's weeds and they're deep. And I thought I was getting caught up, and I pulled, and then it pulled back, and I was like, oh, fish. So I start reeling it in, and it's fighting. And I'm like, this is a big fish, but it doesn't feel like a bass. And the water's kind of murky, so I saw it swim by, but it went by so fast, and I just saw a flash of silver that my first thought is, holy shit, this is a big or huge crappie. Yeah, no. I get it up to the surface, and I see it finally before it turns around and takes off and breaks my line. It's called a pacu. It's a South American or Central American fish that probably, like all the rest of the invasive species around here, where it was in somebody's fish tank or it bred. There's probably what do you call them, spawning pairs or whatever. We had seen them before in the St. Johns River, and this thing was easily 5 pounds, and they look like a giant piranha. Michael just said, looks like a piranha. Can Squatch, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Jamie Cotterill, how are you? Yeah, so it was weird. I was like shocked to see this thing come up. And yeah, it looks like a big 5 pound piranha. It's related to it. It's like the cousin of a piranha, but the weird thing about it is the teeth. They look almost human. You saw the picture, right?
Yeah, they're freaky.
And it's because they eat nuts down in wherever they live. When the nuts fall into the water, they eat the nuts and fruits. So they're always breaking those hard surfaces. It's funny because Stevie caught the tilapia and then 2 more bass on the same worm.
Right.
After that.
Robert Denduven, good to see you.
Hey, Robert, what's happening? Sharon Guy, great to see you. Jim, I see you.
You were in the middle of a story, but
I always
this morning when Stevie B said that she had a fish story, and Michael said he had a fish story, what story did I say I was going to tell?
a fish story.
A bug story.
Bug story.
Friday when I was mowing, I thought I got stung by a bee. I don't know for sure. I think it was probably more likely I got bit by something. But my left hand swelled up. I looked like I had a Mickey Mouse glove on, but it was my hand. And I couldn't bend my fingers because I thought the skin on the back of my hand was going to rip open if I bent them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why when Michael also said I was taking Saturday off, it was because I was just bombed out on Benadryl.
Murray, good to see you.
Hey, Murray. I'm gonna turn this thing off on the screen. It's annoying.
Wendell.
I'll have to figure out how to expand it or whatever. What's up, Wendell?
Hey,
Yeah,
Jack.
dude, that's what happened with my arm.
So
It had to
did
have
you
been a
get bit
while.
on the arm?
I got bit on my elbow, somewhere on my elbow, and it all just blew up. This is still swollen, but not like it was. I can feel my elbow. I can touch my elbow now. Before I couldn't find my elbow.
Whoa. Well, I got bit on the first joint of my ring finger, closest to the fingernail,
Uh-huh.
and I mean the next joint up, it looked like somebody had stuck a big ring under the skin. It was quick, it was scary, and it's all over now. I mean, everything's pretty much back to normal.
Yeah, that happened
I'm not.
a
I'm not.
couple years ago. Same thing on this hand.
I'm not going to get you dinged. I'll type in the back what I did.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I got stung by a red wasp on my middle finger, and it swelled up to my elbow.
Oh my!
I had never been affected like that anywhere, insect bites and shit like
Going
that
to
until I came to Florida. It's like
That's
shit's trying to kill me.
the third time that
Yeah, that's
you've
the
had a
third time
reaction like that.
to a wasp. It had to have been a wasp. It wasn't no like horsefly.
You stuck on that. I said that once. I said
No,
a
because they keep
spider.
saying it down there too. Somebody
Oh.
keep saying the yellow horseflies.
Yeah, because they do.
No, I've been bitten by those.
But when you get
not
bit
like
by
this.
one, you feel it. You know
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You know it. Yeah, for sure.
What's up, Jeff?
No, I said a spider after that because I just don't see how you didn't feel it as bad as it swelled up.
No, but like what Jim just said, as far as feeling like your skin's gonna burst.
Well, yeah.
That's that. Ew. Yeah,
Remember, I said your arm was tight.
yeah.
Yeah. Like everything in Florida is trying to kill you.
Damn right.
That's why you guys have alligator Alcatraz.
Yeah, but it's not for the alligators.
Nope. That's to feed them.
They should just take all alligators out of one of the lakes
Lake
over
Jessup.
there, Jessup, and run them down
Or
there.
just build it in the middle of Jessup. You know?
Lake Jessup's got the biggest concentration of alligators in Florida. The highest concentration, I should say.
Somebody was complaining about putting people in a dangerous area like that, and somebody else spoke up and said, "There's alligators everywhere in Florida. I mean, you go on a golf course, you're going to see an alligator." So
I see alligators every day. Sharon Guy says, "Happy Canada Day to all the amazing family." Oh, Happy Canada Day.
Right?
3 days, it'll be our 249th Independence Day. Wow. Seemed like yesterday it was just the bicentennial.
Right.
Alligators don't have firearms. Just relaxing. We took the night off from having the show. Oh, right on. This is true. They don't need them. The alligators and firearms, yeah, no. There's been this one that's been hanging out down at the marina. That's a big boy. Let me see if I have that. He's a good, probably 10 foot, 10 foot. This is one of the bigger gators in this area.
Looks like a great short video to post.
He's got scars from probably props, propellers. He's a big boy. He's good over. He's over 8 foot. His tail is not even deep. Those white marks on his back are scars. This is one of the bigger gators. I don't know why it repeated itself. That's weird. Yeah, that hangs out down the marina where I work. There was a few smaller ones there today.
WTF Mike said that's a nice pair of boots swimming away.
Boots, wallet, belt,
Bag, matching bag.
dinner. Yeah.
Yeah, dinner.
Yeah, there's a lot floating away there. Jamie's like, go wrestle him. I'll pull the little ones out of the water, but I ain't touching the big ones. Mr. Lee says, do gators stalk you like crocs?
They hang around. I don't think they stalk. Not on the dock.
Not humans. Not like,
They're curious, but at a distance.
Usually. Like the crocs in Africa or wherever, they feed on people. These don't. These don't. You get a few attacks.
Usually, it's when somebody's right up on top of one,
like walking their dog close to the water's edge.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like this is the shark capital of the world, not the alligator capital of the world.
I think you got to watch more during mating season, and that's when they're out and about the most. Winter months, you hardly see one. I mean, you'll see them, but not like some. What's that?
Don't they usually more or less lay in wait?
Yeah, along shorelines and stuff, but I'm sure if they'll come up if there's they come up if they're under the water and you see a duck or something on top of the water, I think they'd go after it.
They're attracted to splash in the water. Like you could splash the water a little bit, they'll turn and go.
And they're very easily conditioned. It's just easy to what's the word? Habituate.
Amazing. So now Michael knows why I took Saturday and Sunday off.
I'm looking.
Well, we were looking for you.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, we have crocodiles as well. They're not as.
They're down south.
Yeah, what's the word?
More swampy.
They're down in the glades.
Yeah.
They got caiman down there too, which is another crocodilian.
Jeff says, don't feed them unless you want them visiting you.
Nope. Do that. That's illegal here.
It's a massive fine if you get caught feeding them. Was it 30,000, 50,000, something like
25
that?
25 grand, whatever it is. Yeah, I feed the turtles though. Feed them. It's not considered molesting them.
The little bastards keep going after that worm.
Yeah, there's a sign just about 50 yards away from here that says, "Do not molest the alligators."
Yeah.
I said, "Okay."
That is too funny.
Well, it freaks me out when the kids are over there sitting on the dock and they're dangling their feet in the water, and I see, it's a small one, but it's still a gator nonetheless. going towards them. You know, they're splashing the water, and that's what gators are attracted to, is that splash.
There was a big gator out there like last week, and I saw it out there just sitting there, and there were people on the dock, and there were people fishing on the shoreline. And all of a sudden, that gator like started heading towards the shoreline. Now it was probably 30 yards out, but it seemed to pick up steam like
It
real
was on
quick.
mission.
So I was like, I yelled to the shoreline. I said, "Hey, you guys got a gator, big gator coming your way." What? Wait, what? Oh! And then they saw it, and they were like, "Shit!" They backed up, but the gator stopped. But it was just one of those. Oh, I've never seen him do that.
No,
You know,
it was like he was on a mission
Yeah.
to go straight for him.
Hmm.
Jamie says, I was watching a video of a girl sniping iguanas on a golf course and community along with an airsoft rifle. Oh yeah, there's people down here. There's snake hunters, there's iguana hunters.
They're they're so highly overpopulated
Yeah.
down there that some organizations will pay for the extermination of the properties.
You know, when you hear about a cold snap during the winter,
They fall from
they
the trees.
fall out of the trees. Literally.
They drop out of the trees, frozen.
You know, there's a thing in Australia they call it drop bears. It's a joke. There's no such thing as a drop bear, but here there's drop iguanas. Jeff says we had an idiot near here that got in trouble feeding bears in his yard. I used to get bears in my yard in Jersey, but it's because they were going into the garbage. Saw some pretty big brown bears, black bears in Jersey.
I thought Michael was going to come up and tell his fish story.
Yeah, I don't know. Here, let me I've only put the link in chat once. Let me put it in there again. Yeah, I know he did pretty good fishing. Yesterday?
65?
65.
Did he say he caught 65?
Huh?
I think he said he caught 65, but he only kept like 7 or 8.
Yeah, they I guess total they caught him. I don't know if he caught all of them, but that's a lot of fish.
Couldn't happen to a nicer person.
White bet.
What was he catching them on?
Excuse me, what?
What was he catching them on?
Oh, I don't know. Probably live bait. Like minnows. Well, if Michael come on and tell us.
There you go. Come on, Michael.
Talking's easier than typing. Let's go.
Exactly.
Take it from Jim. That's the only reason he's here.
That's not true.
He was feeding the marshmallows off his deck. Supposedly alligators like marshmallows too. I have marshmallows, but I'm not going to give them diabetes.
No, we don't want to track them.
No.
They hear that door open. Elvis used to come up to the door.
Do you have bluefin tuna? They're worth $1 million. Somewhere there's bluefin out there. There's yellowfin.
Sure.
WTF, Mike? What's iguana taste like? Anybody? Jamie's like, tastes like chicken.
Need anything?
Some water, please. There he is.
About damn time. Sorry.
What's up, Mr. Haywood?
What's happening? What's happening?
How you
Jim,
doing?
hey, that's a hell of a thing for you to do to me, Jim. Make me feel bad. Hey, you made me feel like a dog. You with the Mickey Mouse doing the damn the parade wave. Hey, I'm just glad to hear it wasn't. I'm glad to hear it came out all right.
Well, I attacked it with some homeopathic meds, and the rest is history.
Well, I mean, you have no idea what it was that got you.
I think it was a bite. After I got to where I could see that part of the finger, it looks like a chunk has been took out. So it might have been a spider. I was mowing next to some bushes, so it could have crawled off the bush instead of flew up out of the ground.
Hey, you talk about that kind of swelling. I'd been wondering. I'd been looking for a snake somewhere around there or something.
I didn't see any, but you know.
Did it discolor?
Yeah.
I got it.
Get like bruised and stuff?
Say again?
Did it get bruised? Like, did it discolor? Because usually with like a spider bite, it'll turn black. Scorpion bites too.
It started getting dark, but I mean, immediately I came inside and took the 2 meds that I typed to you.
Yeah.
I took those internally and I applied the oil on my hand, and that stuff has excellent antibacterial, antiviral properties, and it just works good for me.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm glad to hear that.
I just used the Benadryl cream just to try to keep the itch down.
Yeah.
What's up, Michael?
I don't know it. What's up with you and the tilapia mafia? Hey, you know what? I hate to say this, Muggs, but I forgot all about the Pacu.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I want to look up. I want to.
Yeah, I thought I hooked a gator. That thing was just pulling. I've never caught a fish like that before, so that was a new experience.
Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now. I don't care where you from or what. When you get a fish that's built like that, that's almost 5 pounds, Lord have mercy. That's something else.
It wasn't trying to swim away so much as it was yanking, and that's
Right.
when it splashed in the shallow. I thought it was that baby gator that most just the night before or 2 nights before. He cast over onto the corner of that weed island over there, and as soon as it dropped, little baby gator came out of the bushes and snapped on it. But it was that similar splash, so I and the way it was jerking back, it kept pulling it and pulling it. I was just cranked it in, pulled back, reeled down, pulled back. When I got it closer, he saw it before I did because he ran up towards that way. I'm still down kind of right in front of the door, just pulling it to me rather than walking into it.
These are just one picture of teeth from a Pacu on a Pacu.
They're human.
You know what? That looks a lot like a sheep's head's teeth.
Yeah, they do.
All bucked out and creepy.
Well, because sheep's head eat crustaceans and barnacles. So again, like with the Pacu eating the nuts, here's a picture of the fish itself. I don't know why they cut off the tail, but
WTF Mike says, Pacu, bless you.
But it's like a giant piranha.
Yeah, that's why a lot of those where they're at, a lot of those men don't wade in the rivers because of that. Never mind. We'll leave that alone.
Primarily,
Mike says that looks like one of my in-laws.
Feed on fruits, nuts, and seeds.
What the hell? Hey, is that just like a curse? What the hell? You born underwater and then you got to get fruits and nuts is going to be your diet.
Yeah, I know, right?
Fireworks.
I don't know if you guys heard those.
Somebody's
doing
off
fireworks.
Uh-oh, it's that time of the year.
Right.
Jamie says that looks like a Chernobyl catfish.
But Stevie, where did you say that you had cast to when you hooked that tilapia?
Down towards the shoreline at the end of the wall.
I know, but what I'm saying is over there by that grass, all that grass and stuff, the alligator sanctuary.
Yeah.
Just to the right. Like if you stood at the wall, just go to the right.
Yeah, if you're
Down the
coming out
wall
the back
to the right.
door, just down at the wall.
Right.
All the way down to the right. Because he had cast, we heard the splash both, what drew us over there. He cast closer up. I went straight down and just brought it back. And first I thought I got caught in the weeds. You know, there's a lot of brush under there. But then I felt it jerk and I just set the hook. I went, "Roar." I said it twice, I think, just because.
Like
Easy, She-Ra. You need a little bit of theme music with that dun 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 dun.
Oh God!
Get the net! Get the net!
No, I swear I thought I had a gator. So he was like, "No, that's a fish." He, like I said, he went down there and saw it before I did. I just reeled it to me.
See, that's what. Hey, and that is the moment right there when you see something like that size or whatever. Settle down, don't. Hey, because that's a critical moment. Hey, so many people. The worst thing. Grab the line. That's the last thing you want to do is grab the line.
As soon as you grab the line, you break the line.
He came right behind me to go grab the net, walk past me, and he's like, hold on. I'm like, oh, no, I got it.
Oh, yeah. Hey, that's why a lot of times like that, I'd rather keep my drag light.
Yep.
Because, hey, number one, you don't know how good you got them hooked until you get a good look. And number two, that son of a gun makes that quick surge and bap.
Well,
the line is broken.
Because I caught it on your giant fluger.
Yeah.
Right.
It was on, well, the reel was the fluger.
I mean,
the St. Croix.
St. Croix, right?
Right.
First fish you caught on that, right?
Yes.
It was the biggest fish caught on that pole so far, I think.
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Well, that was one for the books. There's no doubt about that.
That was fun. That was a whole lot of fun. And look, I'm gonna tell you that 4.92. We got a picture that says 4.87. I sent you the 4.92.
I don't care.
The scale was settling in.
I don't know.
I
don't know how it happened. I just looked at both pictures and I was like, wait a minute. And then I flipped. Then it was a 4.92. I was like, all right, we're gonna send that one.
Well, hey. When it's like that, that's okay. But I've seen some people to be like, oh, they caught a 48-pound catfish. Oh, it was a 50-pound catfish. I'm like, Lord, all right. Yeah, that little bit don't count.
Then I caught two little, I said quarter pounders, little bass after that. You know, it's right after the rain, or it was still raining, actually. We were out there, it was still raining. It was a light rain, but it rained off and on all day, so I think they were just hovering down in that corner because that's where I was getting them from.
Yeah, we sure. Hey, yesterday I had the best day of white bass fishing in my life. I have never caught. We all complained about they put the white bass size limit up to 14 inches. You know, usually 10 years ago, well, maybe 5 years ago, they changed it and started watching on size. But it really has been a good thing because monster white bass. We caught so many yesterday from 13, just less than 14. It was unreal. We caught 65 fish. I guarantee you I missed 10. They were in such a frenzy. They would hit it and not hit it straight. They hit at my popping cork. And I didn't have any hooks on that. And oh, it was unreal. It was unreal.
That's awesome. I did white bass fishing in Wisconsin one summer, and that was fun. And we caught everything in this stretch of river, but my buddy was a guide, so he knew when the white bass were gonna run.
Right.
And we kicked the shit out of them.
Oh yeah. See, we used to didn't have a creel limit or a size limit on them down here.
Mr.
And
Lee, it's the whale shark. Just saying. Sorry. Go ahead.
we went before in the springtime, and we've caught like 100 before. But I mean, you talking like 8-10 inch fish. You're lucky if you get one that's a 12 inch or something like that. And now I've never caught that many white bass that big, because my buddy caught one that was 16.5 inches. In that picture, the biggest one there was, I bet it was 2.5 pounds, 2.5 pounds.
Oh, that biggest one?
Yeah.
That was a big
But
one.
all those fish, other than that biggest one, were 14 inches.
Real quick. Jay Fritz is in the house, and I have to say,
Congratulations.
Mr. Fritz tied the knot on Friday, the 27th, with his lovely missus, and we're happy for you, Jay. We got to go out and celebrate.
Yeah, we definitely got to do something to celebrate. I'm so happy for the both of you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Congratulations, Janet and Mr. Fritz. You too.
Good to see you, Blackie. You're not late. No such thing.
That's awesome, Jay.
Jay, yes, we did.
But yeah, getting back to that. That's what we were fishing with. I heard Stevie said that earlier. What we fishing with, we had that popping cork and a little leader and a crappie jig. I just had a white, old cheap Johnson's crappie jigs you get at Walmart, solid white, and you throw it out there and pop it across the top of the water, and they'd slam it.
Wow.
Nice. Yeah, that's what I caught that I hooked that pocket with, was a crappie jig.
Right?
I don't know why I keep throwing crappie jigs down there. It's all I'll fish with.
Yeah, but you catch it.
But they work.
Yeah.
They are almost universal.
I haven't caught a crappie in 2 weeks.
Last weekend you caught that one off the side there. That was a pretty good size one, actually. I said, damn, 3 more of those and we'd have dinner.
Yeah, I was a little hesitant. I mean, I thought about eating the tilapia for like a second.
We mentioned it.
And I was like, I don't know. I just don't know the quality of the water, but I eat the crappie, so what's the difference?
Right?
Yeah, that is true. But yeah. And then again, I don't know. One that size, though, you kind of, I don't know. I say doggone.
In a river. He said, where did fly fishing originate?
Yes, Richie J got married.
Jeff says it's been a few years since I've caught a crappie.
Mm-hmm.
Jay says, what's the WTF Mike says, Jay, what's the difference between a wedding and a funeral? You can only smell your own flowers at one of them.
Oh, that's a little on the dark side.
Little. I think we've done work here.
Hey, that night fishing trip we had the other night, that turned out horrible.
Oh, really?
My buddy had got that lithium battery, and he said, well, I didn't charge my battery, but he put his voltmeter on it, 12.8 volts. I said, well, that's, as far as I'm concerned, that's going to work, you know? And, man, we sitting there, we fished about an hour, and all of a sudden it was lights out. But, hey, I had my big headlight, and we started going back down the lake, and that's all we had to go by for lights. And the mayflies were hatching out.
Oh, no.
And, son, it looked like a movie. You know what it looks like.
Oh, I know what it looks
and I was like,
mayflies are huge compared to the fuckers I deal with.
hey,
Yeah. I remember them in the but OBL.
I'm sitting there and bugs is bouncing off my face and I'm shaking my head and the lights go. He said, keep that light still. And I said, it's the damn bugs. And he busted out laughing. And the next thing I heard was, he was back there choking on a mayfly. I said, there you go. I said, talk some more trash to me now. Why you choke on that mayfly? But I thought because of that natural occurrence, we were going to murder them. And the lights went out on us.
That's horrible. I was telling him about the being in the pop-up LVL with the Zapper me in there. With the
Yeah, we had a little bit of a mayfly hatch when we were in LVL. And they got into the pop-up.
I went to go to bed and they were everywhere. They were hanging from the ceiling like bats.
Hey, we watched them.
Go ahead.
So
We had them hatching on the river one night, and we had a shed, 4 posts and some tin over the top of it, and there were so many mayflies, it looked like you were taking acid or something. There's so many mayflies on the pole that the pole looked like it was moving.
It was moving.
I was like, my God! I said, don't watch that very long.
I think him and Barry Brown were out there laughing because you hear. That's all you heard was the
Yeah, she
zapper.
had her tennis racket bug zapper.
They work. They work. I don't care what anybody says. They work.
I just wish you could get a little more juice on them so you could get a little more fry to it.
Get the bigger bugs.
That's right.
Quicker. You hit a bigger bug with it. It's like hitting them with a stun gun. They get back up.
So I got to go rewire my the bay boat, our fishing boat at the dock. It's a 24 volt trolling motor, but it's wired as a 12, so I got to rewire it.
Okay. Nah, that presents to me. But I'm thinking, when you do that, is it not just 2 12 volts daisy chained to each other?
Yeah, but
Okay, there.
But like you would do a flashlight when you stack batteries.
Right.
Positive to negative.
Right.
That'll give you, when you do that to the marine batteries, you go positive to negative. That'll give you 24 volts. But if you go like positive to positive, negative to negative, if you're doing them in parallel, that'll just give you a bigger 12 volt. And that's the way it's wired right now. As 12
Okay.
volt. You have to turn it around to make it a 24 volt.
Okay. I never quite understood that until now. See, I learned something.
Never too late.
That's right.
A
I
good
wired
days
it
we always
now
learn
because
something.
of the charger. Because I got a plug-in charger that's already hooked up to the battery, so you just plug it in and it charges them at the same time. The last time when I first got to that job, that it was all wired wrong. It wouldn't charge the battery, so I rewired it to where it charged, but apparently it was only 12 volts. So I just got to turn it around. It's no biggie.
Wiring is one of those things I look at it and I automatically turn away from it. But I have learned a little bit. I've learned to concentrate a little bit. I learned about the trim. When you have the blue and the green wire, the dude told me, he said, blue is up on the trim. He said, blue for the sky, green for the grass. Green's down, blue's up. So I learned that much.
That's interesting. WTF Mike says series doubles voltage, parallel doubles amperage. So when you run them parallel, you just have a bigger 12 volt battery. And when you're in a series, you have 24 volts. Karen's like, I call the electrician.
Damn right. I like Karen's idea best.
I am the electrician. and the plumber and
If I'm gonna get a headache, I don't want to be the one making it.
Richie says Christmas in July started. All day long I've been watching Christmas movies. Poking eye out.
Hey, that doggone Richie said it was last week. He said he was getting on. Richie, you owe us one, brother. I don't mean to pressure you any. Do we have to rub the lamp 3 times to get you to appear?
Please don't.
No lamp.
I don't mind. Just stop rubbing the lamp.
Oh,
Nothing good ever comes of that. Mr. Lee says Trump is going to deport Elon. I heard it. Oh, jeez. They didn't kiss and make up yet?
I don't know.
Link is in chat if anybody wants to join us. I understand if you don't.
hey. Hey, Jim. Was that
Hey,
a slur on us?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, all we're talking is fishing.
Well,
I'm good with it.
yeah, I know I hate to bore everybody to death, but I can't help it. Hey, most of the time, that's about all I got to talk about.
Most of the time, that's all I want to talk about.
Right?
What did I
Right?
before the show? I'm looking out at the water. I said, "Damn, we should be fishing right now."
Yeah. Took out the window. It was like, 5 minutes before the show. She's like, and the water was just glass. Yeah.
Hey, here's another one. You know what I found today when I went to work? We went to cut a yard, and I found a baby bat.
Oh,
really?
no.
I mean, little bitty old son of a gun, laid flat on his back in a driveway, in a cement driveway. And I said, well, I went over there and I took my boot and I eased him on over where at least he'd be, right side up. And I said, we'll go cut this yard and I'll come back and check on him. And I said, because that sun's going to kill him. I mean, he's too little. I mean, I bet you he wasn't big as a 50-cent piece. His body, his wings were bigger, but I don't know why he couldn't fly, because I don't feel like he walked out there into the end of the driveway. I don't know where he came from, but I went and put on a pair of gloves and picked him up and carried him over there to the shady side of the road where the sun wasn't going to hit him and set him down in some bushes. I don't know what good that done him, but.
Well, it got him out of harm's way.
Yeah, but I almost.
He walked away and a snake came along and ate him.
Yeah. There you go. That's my thinking too, because I almost took him home, but I said that's all I need is a rabbit ass bat.
Right.
I don't know why he's laid down there, but he looked harmless.
I saw a bat swim once out in Arizona. We were fishing and I saw something swimming in the lake. I'm like, and it was coming towards me. I'm like, the fuck is that? Yeah, doing the bat stroke.
Not the bat stroke.
I picked him up and put him on a tree. Just let him hang out there. He dried off and flew away. But to see it swim was pretty cool.
Well, you think about it with the wings like that. I mean, I don't think the type of wings they have would be saturated with water,
Yeah, no, they wouldn't. He just did like a little, looked like a breaststroke. He didn't use the whole wing, but he got the shore all right.
Hey, Michael, WTF Mike says, Michael Haywood, I'm gonna need you to sign out of chat so I can have my third place back.
Uh,
The Jim's been sneaking in little messages here and there. He's been bumped up first.
oh, hey, you draw too much attention in first place. I'm gonna tell you right now.
I know that you got that target on your back.
No, Michael's been bumped to fourth.
I didn't know this existed until tonight.
Top fans.
I thought you figured out how to turn it on because I hadn't.
I didn't do it.
You were piddling around in the beginning. You might have clicked on something because this has never come up before. I've seen it.
But that's on. It's not on StreamYard. It's got to be on.
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
I've seen it in other YouTube channels, but this is the first time I've seen it on your channel.
Yeah, me too.
And if you look at the top of the live chat panel, it has like a little purple crown and 125 XP. And I hadn't seen that before.
Yeah.
I mean, I can do this. I can put the chat in on screen
That's different.
from here, but that's about it. I can't do anything else with it.
Yeah, I've seen people doing that lately.
Oh, it's new.
Yeah. Have you noticed that anybody who does a live in portrait mode, the links do not work? And if you do a live in landscape, the links will work. You know, anybody in chat, if they drop a link, they'll work in portrait. In landscape, but they don't work in portrait.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think so. Like the portrait, I believe, looks more like a TikTok version of the live rather than your chat. Your chat's always staying there. It's a small bar. I mean, they stay down there in a small area rather than being able to read the whole thing.
And the chat scrolls over the bottom of the what we're getting videoed.
There you go. There you go.
But that's why I always do landscape, is so that when Nightbot drops the link actually works.
Yeah, I'm gonna cuss that Nightbot out. I'm gonna tell you what, that son of a gun's always aggravating me.
What'd it do to you?
What? Hey, what's Nightbot always doing in the daytime? You ever wonder where's Daybot?
Uh-oh.
See?
Daybot's fishing.
All I want is equal representation. From 6 to 6 is Nightbot. From 6 to 6 is Daybot.
It's fair. I can appreciate that.
Ben, I thought that was funny.
Vertical lives, they never worked from your phone, but they do on PC.
I thought he was going to say vertical lives matter.
Watch out. Watch out. Well, you got to, hey, that is true. Horizontal lives are over.
Horizontal unalives.
There you go.
They're the minority.
Jen's like, what the fuck is Nightbot? Something I don't have here. I'm sure I could.
You can't even figure out where the purple crowns came from.
I'm
Maybe
looking
where
at
you
the
gonna
turn
find
thing
Nightbot.
Hey, Nightbot always tries to. Nightbot and Lake's too aggravating son of a guns. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Lakes is chill. What do you got against Lakes? Lake
Lake won't never say a word, and Nightbot's all over you.
That's right. Lake's just chill.
Karen says, I don't see any crowns. No, but well, maybe she doesn't not seeing what everybody else is seeing.
Well, we're
in chat on YouTube.
Yes.
It's showing up with people are ranked on how many times they chat. So next to your name or whatever.
What is that?
It's showing a number.
50 XP. What is that? I mean, I know if you click on it, that's where you find who's first and all that. Is that how many words you've typed, or?
I don't know. I just work here. I didn't build it.
I'm number 19. What the fuck's up with that?
Are we racking up points we can trade in or something like green stamp?
You know? All right, here. Let me click on this.
Ben says, no, Stevie, what the fuck is the crown for? You're the king of chat.
Yeah.
What the fuck is the purple crown for? What is that? Top 3.
But still, he's like, what is my story? I don't see anything.
It's a leaderboard, a place for the fans to stand out in the community. The top 3 special badges and live chat. It resets every stream so you can always try again. How do you get on the leaderboard? You'll need to collect experience points or XP. Here's how you get them. Send live chat messages, send super chats, and super stickers. Yeah, we don't do that.
We don't do that. We don't
Learn more.
take the money. So.
Wait, learn more or turn off in the help center. Got it. Where's the help center?
The nervous hospital.
Ask Michael. He would know. Sorry. What is the help center? I need help to find the help center.
Yeah, they don't give you the instructions on that.
Oh,
Right now, it says Jim's number 1,
Richie's 2.
2, Ben's 3, Jim's number 1.
Jeff is 4.
Okay.
I done got bumped to 20. That's a bunch of bullshit.
WTF Mike says you bribe the leaders to sign out. First place.
Wait, let's see.
Fire Kraken, what's up?
Oh, hell. Not that slimy son of a gun.
He says, Mo, game warden after Michael.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Look, the best way to not worry about the game warden is to do the right thing always. And I do. I do not violate any fish or wildlife regulations.
Well, I'm glad you don't violate fish.
Yeah, yeah, me too.
Especially ones with teeth.
Woo.
Figgy, what's up, girl?
How you doing, Figgy?
There's Miss Figgy.
Mr. Lee says, Richie, I'm almost at 30 days carnivore. I made some delicious burgers today. Other than that, it's a boring diet. Haywood's on the run. He only kept 7 fish. Damn it, leave him alone.
Yeah, hey, that's what I'm saying. Out of 65. Now, but that's what gets me. And it's a good thing. But, you actually see that in practice. And at first, like I said, we whine because, man, a 14-inch white bass, I guarantee you, up until last year, I'd never caught but maybe 2 or 3 close to that size. And now you're getting all in there at the range of catching them. 13's no big deal. 13 and a half, no big deal.
Biggie, be safe. Just driving to the store to get some more smokes.
Yeah, I think our crappies are 10 inches. That's their limit.
Well, that's good. That is a really good size limit.
And we've caught some big crappies. We've caught 14 inches, 15 inches.
Because, see, that's just like our lake. They have slaughtered them over here on our home lake. I mean, and that was our number one fish we'd like to fish for. And it's horrible what they've done to them. But no size limit, no creel limit. And I'm like, why would you do that when multiple people have went through the proper procedures to talk to the right people and everything, say, hey, look, you need to do something about this lake. But they got, for the whole lower end of this chain, the Yadkin River chain, they got it. No size limit, no creel limit. Now you step up some and you got a limit on the upper lakes on the Yadkin chain.
Well, is it due to overpopulation?
Well, I really don't know why. I mean, because it was never overpopulated. It always, with the people fishing it, it always maintained itself. But they did a lot of work on the dam for about 4 years and kept the water level drawn down. And people were fishing it real hard at that time because we got like an oxbow lake on there that we fish in the wintertime. And it's a smaller lake. And I don't think it can sustain the pressure from, I mean, that wintertime fishing like that, because you'd have like 15 boats in there catching, 40 or 50 crappie a boat. And then the spawn, everybody hit them hard then too. I believe that's had a lot to do with it, but that's just speculation. That's just my opinion. But it sure don't produce like it used to.
WTF Mike says maybe that white bass identifies as a largemouth, Michael.
Well, they all got the same thing. They got a trip to the boat.
Neil, what's up? He says no crowns on hubbies here either.
That's crazy. Wonder what the difference is.
I don't know.
You really ain't missing nothing, to be honest.
Still here? Huh? Okay. So go lay down. Yeah, I'll take you out. Yeah. All right. So good night.
All right, Joe. I'm getting ready to go lay down.
She's not feeling good.
Well, we hope you feel better. Get a good night's rest.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
I see you Thursday. Wait, what's today? Thursday. Yeah, I see you Thursday. I had to think of what day today.
I need to think about it there for a second. I was like, wait, what?
Have a good night, Stevie.
Thank you, Michael. I'll talk to you soon.
All righty.
Yeah, her neck's bothering her up into her down into like her clavicle or whatever in the back. Certain. Hey, Smasher, what's up? Good to see you.
Michael, you got me thinking. The last time I crossed the Yadkin River, traveling up into Surrey County and Yadkin County,
yeah,
I can't recall seeing anybody fishing.
Huh. Wonder what lake. I mean, when you crossed it, wonder what lake you were crossing, what body of water you were crossing.
Oh no, I was crossing the Yadkin River.
Oh, the river
driving.
itself. Gotcha.
Yeah, driving. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's a little, but I'm gonna tell you what, that whole system, the river parts of it are fairly rough. A lot of rocks.
Yeah.
You will tear the foot off of a motor in that son of a gun. I've done seen a bunch of it this year.
And it's always muddy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's why we call ours over here the Mighty Muddy, because we're the last dam on the Yadkin going to the ocean. I don't know how many miles it is from our dam to the ocean, but Blewett Falls Dam is the last dam to the ocean. So we get the ocean run stripers and everything come up, and it's pretty cool.
They spawn up there?
Well, yeah, I I feel certain they do. I mean, you know,
Do you get like a shad run?
yes, sir. Herring also.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the big old. See, I have problems with that. The American shad, hickory shad, the ones that'll be about 2 foot long, maybe
Yeah.
a little bit longer. Yeah, they sure do. They run
Yeah,
it. Mullet,
fish for those in the Delaware River.
right? The mullet come up there, which leads me back to the thing like they have caught bull sharks 150 miles from the ocean in the Mississippi River.
Yeah, I think they've.
And we don't have 150 miles from our dam to the ocean. But now I've never seen a bull shark down there, but it does make you wonder. I think that's something going to be beat up by the time he got through all them rocks in the shallow water down there, because there's some places in that river down there. It's woo, it is shallow.
Michael, you ever heard of anybody doing diving in the river?
Yeah, but they were doing work on the dam and stuff like that. But you know, you hear, I think this is a stock standard tale everywhere where they say, oh, there's catfish down there big as a Volkswagen, you know, kind of stuff. Oh, I felt like he could have ate me or whatever. I'm like, that's a load up. But now they get big, but not the size of a Volkswagen. Come
Now,
on.
somebody I know was diving at Blues Creek Dam, and I trust what they say, and they said there was a catfish down there almost as big as he was.
I can believe that. I can believe that. I mean, because we fished down at Carolina Beach, and my buddy caught a daggone shark that weighed 120 pounds and was 5 feet long. So there you go.
Yep. And the reason I was asking about people scuba in the rivers down there is this guy I worked with in South Carolina. He would dive in the river that was down at Charleston,
Mm-hmm.
and he said that, and this wasn't but like 5-6 years ago. He said he could find shark's teeth in there from megalodons.
I don't doubt that, because they do it down there in Florida, don't they, Mugs?
Yep.
I believe Connor Flynn did a little bit of, I can't say the megalodon teeth, but I think Connor did a little bit of stuff like that.
Chesapeake Bay is another place, like the shorelines to find megalodon teeth. A lot of are recovered from there. Yeah, I don't know why.
I was wondering if any was in the rivers of North Carolina, but I've been wanting to go back up to the Bay Bridge Tunnel and drive across because they've updated it since I was last there.
I believe old Megalodon would have been in trouble. He'd have been struggling to get up this river we live on, because there, like I said, there's a lot of shallow water down there.
Yeah. But when megalodons were alive, the water depths were probably a little different.
Yeah. Well, hey, but one thing interesting about our stuff down here is the Native Americans used to put those fish weirs where they stacked up the rocks and made the fish traps and put the baskets on the end of them or whatever, and ran all the fish. Yeah. And those are still, you can see them today. That's pretty neat.
That's cool.
Oh yeah. But there's a lot of Native American artifacts and stuff like that down there on the river, but they've made it where if anybody says anything about a place where they've turned over any new, the state comes in there and they put the college on it. Yeah, because we had on our deer lease, we had a place down there where there was a bunch of arrowheads at, and we were arrowhead hunting, and the college moved in down there, and they put the word out to the guy that was leasing us the land, said if they catch any members down there digging any more arrowheads, that they lose the land lease.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that was a real pisser. I enjoyed doing that.
Mr. Lee asked, how big exactly do they reckon a megalodon was exactly?
I don't know, but
I figured around 60 feet.
for that son of a gun to have teeth like that, he had to have been pretty big.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you got to remember is how sharks grow their teeth. They're always recycling teeth, like they'll
Right.
fall out because they have rows and rows.
Right.
That's why you find so many damn teeth.
About like a rattlesnake.
Sure, probably a little more productive than a rattlesnake. It takes a long time for a ring to grow. What is it, every year or so? But it seems
Right.
like sharks just perpetually grow teeth.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying about rattlesnakes. They've got fangs backed on their fangs, and like
Really?
if they mess up one fang, another one drops down and replaces that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I never heard that either.
Well,
Yeah.
see, that's what I was going to tell you too earlier when we were talking about Jim, and I said that about the snakes. I said, well, you don't really have to worry about that, because if you ever had a snake, because I had a little bit of venom injected into me. We were doing taxidermy, and I was doing a rattlesnake, and I had a fang prick my finger, and now this rattlesnake had been in the freezer, dead, but you could still feel. I felt like a burning, and I guess there's a little bit of paranoia there or something. I'm thinking like, oh Lord, but you could feel a special kind of tingling burn. So you knew that venom was there. And I'm thinking, I couldn't believe it because it had already been in the freezer and all that,
Yeah, but if it's still in the tooth.
Yeah. But like I said, that lasted about 10 minutes or whatever, and it was done with. And I was glad, because I was like, oh, what have you done?
Jeff Harrington. He says, yes, the Chesapeake has some big ass catfish. Yeah, the Chesapeake is also dealing with blue catfish, which is kind of an invasive species there.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now.
We're eating all the traps.
Hey, we talked about that before, didn't we? They like sharks, man. Them mugs school up, and them blues, they'll eat everything that moves.
Mm.
And they get big. Like I can't remember what the Santee Cooper record is now. I'm wanting to say it's around 122. I mean, that's a monster catfish. It was 109 for a long time.
WTF says, let's go rattlesnake fang hunting. No.
No.
No, I used to do it. I had them in cages and had them keeping them. And then my taxidermy teacher, that's who got me into it. He had every breed of rattlesnakes there was. Mojaves, Massasauga, timber rattlers, western diamondback, eastern diamondbacks, even had the pink western diamondbacks. And he was handling one and got bit.
The most dangerous was the first one you mentioned.
I don't forgot which one.
The green Mojave.
Right.
That's what I think that's the most poisonous out of all of them.
Right. But hey, he ran a taxidermy shop, and he had aquariums lined up all around 3 walls of his shop. And when you walked in there and shut the door, everything went to buzzing.
I bet. Huh.
But hey, he got bit, and I saw what a rattlesnake did to him, and I immediately quit messing with rattlesnakes.
Yeah, they'll put a hurting on you, man.
Did you ever go to Texas for the rattlesnake roundup?
Yeehaw.
No. No, I would have at one time, because I had the thing to me about dealing with snakes, it's not if you're going to get bit, it's when you're going to get bit.
Yep.
No, let's play with fire. You're going to get burned.
That is correct.
It's like I tell everybody, snakes only have two ways of communicating. They can wrap around and hug you, or they can bite you. So you got a 50-50 chance of getting bit.
Hey, we saw a pretty one last October down there at Hollins.
Oh yeah, that big old rattle in the middle of the road. He made you stop and jumped out before the truck stopped moving.
Oh
See,
yeah, I remember
that's
that.
what we. Hey, that's what we used to do. Jump out just like that, catch them crossing the road, and we used to catch them. But
Didn't we
like I
see
said,
two?
Yeah, you saw the
Yeah.
Saw like two.
We saw the one.
the
going-
last half of that one crawling off the road
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
but that one was just on profile in the middle of the road.
sitting in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
In some churches, they do, Mr. Lee.
All
They
I,
still
heard,
have snake handlers.
all I heard was Haywood say, "Stop, stop, stop," and he was out the door.
Excuse me. Yeah, I forgot about that. It's those little things that I just, until you bring it up, I'm like, oh yeah. Michael's bite is worse than anything else. Stop getting that close, Wendell.
Oh, listen to Wendell. Listen to Wendell. Hey, I got to say that too. Wendell had a show last night and had some technical difficulties, and his guest couldn't get on. But hey, Wendell had Flat Rock, Patrick Noble, Katie G. Who else was on it? And Gary Spikes Sr. was on his show to lend a helping hand in Wendell's time of need.
Guilted the hell out of everybody. You got to tell me your secret.
Technical difficulties. Yeah,
My ass.
right.
To shed a tear or something? What?
That was a good plan, Wendell. Good plan.
Bribery,
I don't
Jimbo
remember the last
Weber.
time I run into Gary Spikes.
Oh, Gary's everywhere.
Yeah. I can
Hey, that mug's got a handful.
Gary's good people, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Jeff says those blue cats are pretty big. I got a friend that catches a ton of them. I don't know what I caught up in LBL. I don't know if it was a channel catfish. Shut up. I did catch a fish.
I never saw it. Never even heard it. Saw it.
That was a big catfish. And I let him go. I caught like two of them, but I thought they were blue catfish because they were so big.
Sure.
Well,
I saw you catch that
Mr.
baby
Lee said,
bluegill.
you do have a habit of kicking your guests off, Mogs. No, I don't.
He has a habit of leaving them backstage, not kicking them off.
You got to get on first before I can kick them on.
He does the inverse. I can't say that anymore because usually I'm only backstage. I think before tonight is the last several times has been like half a minute or something.
Yeah, I'm learning.
Mr. Lee, the link's always in chat. It's always
I challenged him. I challenged him to a 10. See who's got the darkest because he was talking about being out in the sun. I didn't want to say those two words together.
Well, I got to say, hey, I'm glad I was fortunate enough to be on there the time that he did come on there or in chat.
Mr. Lee has never been on the panel when I've been in chat.
He's been on twice. Was it twice?
It was once, but you played his voice the one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a weekly struggle.
For years. Trying to get him on, talking shit. Took away his wrench.
Oh,
just names.
Yeah, but 5 seconds later, I gave him his wrench back.
Yeah, right. All in fun.
Call him names.
Yeah, I call him pussy every time I. Yeah.
Woo.
Mr. Lee said it's too hot in England to sunbathe today.
Yeah, you know what he calls too hot? 80 degrees.
Lord.
That's life-threatening over there, man. They don't have air conditioning.
Maybe at Christmas. Is that when you're gonna come back on?
Bring back the forest backstage guy. Forest backstage guy. Well, I was just trying to figure out.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know who that is.
Me either. Easy, lassie. Is Timmy in the well? Let me go get the new rope.
Where did I put that ladder? I use that shit all the time. Maya gets all excited. I said, fuck Timmy.
You better learn to swim, you little bastard.
Instead of the goddamn well.
Lassie, teach him how to dog paddle. Sploosh.
And Jim just said, bye, Timmy. Let me put the link in chat. We got
30 minutes.
Yeah, a little over 30 minutes to go.
Yeah, hey, Flat Rock said he had a problem last night. I saw on that show. The Coyotes was trying to get his cat or got his cat or something like that. Yeah.
Out in Arizona, cats are just like coyote food.
Well, that's what they are opportunists. Don't threaten. Hey, a small dog. I imagine an old Yorkie or a Chihuahua.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Stu. Good to see you.
Evening, Stu.
Karen says we went from
Hi,
64
Flat
last week. A couple of days later, 84. Today it was 76.
Ooh, I'd love a 76.
I'd take any one of those
I
numbers
would
over
too.
what the hell we got going on down here.
No, today it was in the 80s. It was in the upper 80s.
Yeah, but it's still humid.
It was 72 at sunup here.
I thought you were going to bed. What happened?
Gee,
I just realized. I was like, wait a minute. I'm not telling you to leave. Stop it.
Michael told some good jokes. Michael told some good jokes, and laughter is the best medicine. She's cured.
Ooh.
I'll try to get back before the end of the show, but I got to take this call coming in.
Tell them I said, hey, Jim.
Probation department. It's parole officer.
They linking up your ankle bracelet.
Sorry, I just had to fuck with him.
Hey, he said the other morning he thought he saw. He said he saw something black. Thought it was probably a bear. And I'm thinking, I thought that would be a give me up there where he lives at. The bears, I thought they were just falling out of the trees everywhere, you know. He said he don't really see that many.
Ben T, what's up, buddy? Welcome. He's like, down to you, Haywood.
That's man.
WTF Mike's at the call and asked about his car extended warranty.
They asked me and I ain't even got one with a warranty on it. I tell you what, they got all kind of scams out there. I always get one. Oh, your package has been shipped. I said, I ain't ordered nothing.
Yeah. What's the address? We have to double check your address.
Yeah. And while you're at it, we need your social security number so we can
process it. Yeah. I get the emails of you owe you owe tolls. I'm like,
Ah,
bullshit. Even the state of Florida has sent out messages saying don't open these scams, these emails, because they're
Fishing.
they're just fishing, but they're using the Department of Transportation and toll enforcement as their bait.
hey, I fell for one the other day. You know why? You can get it was on Facebook. Would you like to try to win a free St. Croix fishing rod? And I was like, yeah, yeah. And so I went through all the stuff, and they said they put you up boxes, and I chose for the second time, and I won a fishing rod. And they said, give us your address. We'll send you this free fishing rod for $10 shipping.
And you
I
never
said,
got
okay, and I'm leaving. I said, I got you. $10 shipping.
I got
So
I got beat for $40 a couple months ago. I ordered something online and it was $40. I never got it.
right, but and see, that's what I'm saying. You never know when it's real or fake.
So I try not to order shit online.
Man, yeah, they'll whack you if they get a chance.
Yeah, I was trying to order one of those Buddy fillet knives,
Right.
electric ones.
Yeah.
Didn't happen.
See, that just because it would be so much easier if you could do this stuff. I don't know. I don't know.
Karen, you're right. She goes, I believe it. I remember in Phoenix we had both air conditioner and swamp cooler in both the houses. If it had something to do with the dew point, if it got to a certain point, the swamp cooler was useless. Yeah, swamp coolers are friggin' amazing. They work great. But if it gets too humid out, then they don't work. Then you got to put the air conditioner on.
What? Hey, what is a swamp cooler?
It's an evaporative cooler. It's picture a box the size of your washing machine, and each side of the box has this filter material that goes in the sides of on the walls.
Right.
And usually they'll use like an aspen wood. They'll use shaved aspen, and they'll put it in the sides of this box. What they do is they run water from the top. They suck it up from the bottom. There's a pump that puts water through it soaks all the aspen. And in the middle of it, there's a big hamster wheel fan that just sucks in the outside air and blows it into the house. So what it's doing is it's pulling the warm air through the water, cooling it off, the air, and then blowing it into the house.
They do that same thing with chicken houses down here.
That goes back to like the Middle East, where they would soak carpets and hang them in front of their tents, like the
so the wind would come through and blow cool air in.
Like the Bedouins or whoever the fuck it was. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, and they'd hang these wet carpets in front of their openings, and the wind would blow in and it would cool off the tents because they were in the desert. Yes, evaporative cooling, exactly. And WTF Mike goes, what's a chicken house?
Yeah.
It's
chicken house. Woo. I know you joking about that, Mike. It's like a big old long barn with full of chickens. You open the door and the floor is full of chickens from one end to the other.
That's really foul.
It sure is. You go in there with the ammonia will overpower you when you step into one.
Yeah, that's not fun.
No, or healthy.
WTF says he was being sarcastic.
I knew he was.
Yeah.
I would never imagine him to be sarcastic.
No, not him. But yeah, it was one of those swamp coolers that I was replacing, or I repaired it, I painted it, I took it off the side of my dad's house, and it was bigger than a washing machine. And that was the one day that I was putting it back up, and my dad was helping me, and the rope broke, and I was underneath it on the ladder and had to jump off the ladder, and it landed on top of me.
Doggone.
Oh yeah, no, it landed. The corner of it landed right on my thigh, and I thought it was broken. My dad had this look on his face of oh shit, because he didn't know what to do. Yeah, that sucked.
How long did it take you to get over that one?
I limped for like a couple days. Didn't break
Right.
anything. I'm sure if I went back, I could find a show where, in between that happening.
Right. Doggone.
Luckily, they're not heavy. They're heavy enough, these swamp coolers, but it's just mostly there's not much to them.
Right. Well, I mean, that makes me wonder, do you have a company that comes out there like a HVAC company that will service swamp coolers or whatever like that?
I mean, I'm sure people do it, yeah, but they're easy to do yourself.
Right, okay.
Because all you have is each side of the box, each side of that, the sides lift off, pull out, and you end up with just this frame.
Yeah, and I think of the material being something like polyfill or something like that, right? Or
it was aluminum. Oh, you mean the filter itself?
Yeah.
They do make a filter like that also, but a lot of people use this shaved aspen. And the only components of it are the big fan in the middle, and the only thing you have to do with that is just oil the bearing every once a year. And then there's a pump with a float on it, and that sucks water from the bottom of the pan through a hose, 4 hoses or 3, whatever, it depends on how many sides it's doing, and it just pours water into the top of this
filter.
Yeah, and it just filters down. And
see, that is so close to that bait tank, the same idea, that bait tank filter I was telling you about. My buddy was working with. That's real close to the same thing, because he's gonna have like volcanic rock in the bottom of the barrel for the filter bucket.
Okay.
And polyfill, and it's gonna have like a sprayer bar over that. We just have to see how it works. I don't know. We got started on it the other day, and we got all out there as hot as it was. He got soaking wet.
Those are fun projects.
Well, yeah. Maybe in a cooler time of the year it'd be fun. But we were out there in that building trying to work on it. Hey, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. It was hot. But he's doing it in a chest freezer with, I don't know what he called it, but it's some kind of like a thermostat that overrides the freezer unit and keeps it at a certain temperature. I don't know that part of it, but I understand the filtration system part of it. But he's just taken the big insulated door off the top of it and made a plywood with the insulation you get at Lowe's, 3/4 inch insulation you get at Lowe's or hardware store. And I'm only going to do it like that, run the pipes through that lid and roll with it.
You all right, Maya? It was this time of night that she starts to like wander around. What do you want? Hey, Val. WTF Mike says, oh, hell, I'm going to build a swamp cooler for my garage in town. Mr. Lee, you're being too dramatic. The grid is going down any day now. I'm telling you, are you prepared?
Oh, Lord. Don't get, there's a million people waiting to go into panic mode.
Stay away from that switch, Mr. Lee. Val, did you get your package yet? I sent it out. Sent one to Judy, too. You didn't get it yet. You'll be getting it this week. Yeah, Mike, they're simple as hell. It's crazy stupid how simple it is. The swamp cooler. But again, when you have humidity, it doesn't work as well.
Okay, well, tell me this one. How does the humidity not affect the fan motor?
Don't know. I don't know why the humidity affects it so much, but it makes it not work well.
But I also say this, I guess if like on a heat pump or whatever AC unit outside, I guess I could say the same thing for why doesn't the moisture affect those motors? But there you go. For some reason they work.
Yeah, I think it's because the air is too thick. I mean, because you think about it, you're drawing air through water.
Right.
You would automatically think you're humidifying it, right? The air.
Yeah.
Why would outside humidity make a difference if there's already? I don't know. It's just weird. I don't understand. NAC, what's up, David? Val says, I'll check tomorrow. Thank you. Oh, no, thank you. Mr. Lee, he's like, prepare for an alien invasion then. It's coming to a town near you soon.
What if both of them happen at the same time and the stock market crashes?
Well, I don't have anything in the stock market to worry about, so
me either.
I won't be jumping off of any tall buildings.
Ooh.
I'm just backing up and reading. Put that up already.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go again white bass fishing tomorrow evening to see what it's gonna be like.
All right, on.
I hope so anyway. I don't look for it to be that good, but because we in one day we beat the last whole year fishing up there in one day. But that's how fishing goes, ain't it? You got to be there on that day.
Got to be in it to win it. Well, that's like fishing back here. You know, last year it was phenomenal with crappie. Then they took out the
yeah, all your vegetation.
Yeah, and this year it sucked.
And I wonder, you know, hey, and if it comes back, they'll probably do the same thing again, you know, but how long will it take that vegetation to get back? You know?
Yeah, it's growing, but it's taking a while.
Right.
I'm just I hate when they spray out there. They're spraying for invasive plants, but
Yeah, but you know that stuff is not good.
It doesn't discriminate. It just kills everything.
Yeah. And oh man. Yeah, and you don't know or do you know what it was they used? You know, how safe is that for an environment? Because
supposedly it's it's safe for the fish.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
Yeah. Well, I remember one time when they thought the radioactive stuff, when it glowed pretty and everything, everybody had to have that too.
Karen says, all I know, when the dew point was a certain point and it was humid, the swamp cooler didn't cool anything. It just made it muggier. No, but when it works great. Just saying.
And I guess if you paid attention to it and you know the humidity levels where it gets going south, hey, just cut that son of a gun off during that period of time.
Well, what's cool is it uses all the same ductwork, obviously, as the air conditioner. It's just at the end of the house. So in my dad's house, there was just a metal slide that you'd put in to block off the vent during the winter.
Right.
But you pull that, and then one of them was like, so it wouldn't back out through the air conditioning or the swamp cooler. When you're using one, it didn't affect the other.
Right.
You weren't losing somehow, but it's a cool invention. Biggie says in Mammoth Cave, Kentucky, they find 2 sharks. I'm not sure of that number. You're missing a comma somewhere. Over 1 million years old. Oh, I didn't do it. We lost Michael. Here, I'll put the link back in chat. Yeah, we only have like 15 minutes left, guys. So if anybody wants to click on that link, come hang out. Good time. I'm not frozen. I'm just reading. If you look close, my eyes are moving. Mr. Haywood, have you seen anything of Brandy? I haven't seen her around forever. Well, kick yourself back in, Michael. Link's right there. And there. And there. Now, you know I didn't kick you out. Stop starting shit, Richie. Mugs kick you out again, Mr. Haywood? There he is. Yeah, it wasn't me.
Yeah. Hey, I've been on that long. I figure we'll run this one into the ground.
Might as well. Uh-oh, the reptilians are here. What? Well, wasn't the queen a reptilian? Sorry, Mr. Lee. Looks like the earth belongs to them. I don't know about that.
Well, hey, what are y'all gonna do for the 4th, Mugs? I mean, y'all gonna have
I'm not
the
sure.
big events at the lake.
Yeah, Thursday night there's a fireworks display on my lake, but I'm not on this lake, on where I work. At the other end of the lake, there's a fireworks display. Then Friday night, I believe there's one here outside the door, outside in the back, and on Tavares where I work. But I have to work. So as far as at night, I don't know what we're doing.
Right.
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I figured, I thought somebody would have got wise and maybe said, hey, of course, I don't know what hours y'all reserve the boats for, but, to see the fireworks from the boat or whatever.
I could do that. Remember?
Hey.
No,
I
thought about it. Tom Cruise says my species has been here for thousands of years.
Tom.
They just don't know what species that is. What's happening, Wendell?
Kick him off again, Moggs.
Look. That's enough out of you.
Well, thank you for watching my show and broadcasting about it on here tonight.
Well, it was that was genuine. It wasn't doing it. Hey, I wasn't doing it to help you. I was just doing it to talk about it.
Moggs, you're gonna have to come on sometime.
Yeah, man.
Hey, but what I'm saying is, it's just good to have everybody had your back. Let's put it like that.
Yeah, I think I want to do several of those that just like that.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, that's like people don't realize, and it's just like that's why I say that's Moog's format. The whole daggone time is just like that. Anything you want to talk about, we can talk about it.
Yeah,
you might have to carry the subject, but I'll listen and throw my 2 cents worth in,
or 10.
Yeah, sometimes I do have higher value from time to time.
How you doing, Figgy?
I'm good. What about you guys?
Doing good.
Marvelous.
All right.
Marvelous.
I'm usually always doing good.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're all good.
Yes, but because of
Got a
popping up
delay.
little bit.
You just can't talk over one another. Go ahead, Figgy.
Wait a second. You mean like the LED lights? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, listen, I got something to ask you guys. I was watching this YouTube channel, and it's a female, and she like to be doing like boots on the ground. And one day she was doing one of those, and suddenly a guy started screaming, "Help! Help!" And the girl, she was online, and you hear the guy saying, screaming, "Help! Help!" And suddenly you hear this roar, like a lion style. And as time passed, you can hear the guy is coming closer, and she's running, trying to get in her pickup truck. And she's so nervous that she can't even find the keys. Have you seen that video?
No.
No, but it smells like a setup to me. It smells a little Blair. It smells a little Blair Witch to me. But you know, that's my opinion. Doesn't mean nothing.
No,
Cause
I haven't
hey, whatever it was, if it took that long, it must have been slow chasing them. So if they can stay out ahead of it, I hope they got good cardio.
Man, the roar, it was too serious, man.
Right?
When you go to the zoo that the lion roars, you can
Yeah.
sometimes feel it in your skin.
Do you know the channel, or do you have anything? You know, like where was this? What was it on? What channel? Do you know?
These dark adventures, these dark adventures. It's a young female, and she goes and she like to do boots on the ground. And when she was doing that at one point, because sometimes she does live, um, there was a guy screaming, "Help! Help!" And suddenly you can hear this roar. And oh my God, I feel so bad for the guy. There was no way that was a fake or something like that. Because that
Right.
roar is a unique, whatever it was big and it got big lungs on it. It reminds me when you go to the zoo, like roaring and shit. So I was just wondering if you guys seen that video because some people, some people were saying that it was, and I was nah, I don't think so. That guy
Yeah.
was screaming for.
Yeah. Possibility it could be true, but I've just seen so much BS that I'm skeptical, really bad skeptical about stuff like that. But hey, you never know. I mean, hey, one of the worst things in the world if you live in grizzly bear country. You know what I mean? But as
I'm
far as
looking.
the
I
roar,
see the channel. It's called D's Dark Adventure. DEES. D's Dark Adventures. I don't know what video it is though. And we lost Figgy. Oh, no,
we lost it. Yeah.
got her.
I'm
Yeah,
about to say,
I found the channel. I just don't know what video it is.
I mean,
I believe somebody abducted Wendell too.
No, I'm trying
No.
to do like Moggs and hunting it up.
Oh, the channel?
Yeah.
Seems like Figgy's having difficulties.
Yeah. Hey, because I was, or maybe I fell behind, but she talked about the documentary she made or whatever.
Not
You
tonight.
know, yeah, no, not tonight.
Karen says, I saw the video she's talking about. I'm so about it. So she's on like me. Christy Sci-Fi, how are you, hon? Great to see you.
Can she tell us which one, which episode it was?
I don't know. Let's see.
It's the one with the man screaming in the background, Wendell.
Does it have a name?
Because he was fixing to have a running brownout. An immediate change of boxers will be necessary.
Yeah, I've got that. I've got the D's Dark Adventures. I got that, but I can't find. Hold on, Maya. I'll let you out in 5 minutes. Talk about a brownout.
5 minutes. Hey, 5 minutes might not be on her schedule.
I had to look at the clock again. I'm like, it's 5 minutes to clock.
Ooh.
He's like hitting the scratching at the door.
I'm going to have PJ Arkansas on tomorrow evening.
All right.
That is correct. I remember that.
And I don't know when I get a chance to get Harley on there again. Don't know when he's going to get his stuff to work.
Well, I don't.
The way I see it, if
I
anybody
wouldn't-
wants to come on, they're more than welcome. I don't have to invite them.
I wouldn't think that he would. It would take long to get straightened out.
Well, his laptop or his phone, neither one was working last night.
Whose phone was that?
That was mine.
Oh, it sounded like mine. I was like, what the hell?
What the hell are you doing with his phone, Wendell?
I got a notification from Texas Front Porch, Black Eyed Kids.
I was a black-eyed kid, but I quit talking back, and it all solved that problem.
I learned my lesson.
That's right.
I kind of know what you mean there.
So
I got quite.
Oh, it might be in a short section. So let me. I went to the live, but let me go to the shorts. Oh wait, Ben might have sent it. Oh no.
I hate to be like that. Being
Ben, when did I leave you backstage? Is this even
Huh?
tonight?
Well, you keep talking smack, and we're gonna leave you back there longer.
Ben sent me
Longer.
a screenshot of him waiting backstage, but it was
Just a big middle finger. All you could see was a middle finger. Wendell, do that again. You're a ventriloquist. You sounded just like a kid. You still do. Look,
I
Wendell,
look like one.
you look like one. Wendell's a magician. Hello there, young child.
All right. I think I'm feeling sympathy pains. Now my back's starting to hurt.
Oh, Lord.
Anyway. Biggie said, oh my God, he's cute.
Thank you.
Not you.
Oh, dang
Oh.
Robert Dendubin says, everyone have a great night and enjoy the second half of 2025. Today's the first day of the second half. You are correct.
Sure enough, half of it's gone.
Sparky's Paranormal and Outdoors, what's up? Good to see you. Unfortunately, we are about to bail.
Look, now Wendell's a dog.
He's got fleas, too.
Look. Uh-oh. Look at this.
Like that.
Oh. But look here, gents. Hey, I'm on bail, gentlemen, but hey, and Stevie too. I know you're in the background probably somewhere. Anyway.
Not
But
here.
Yeah, I'm going to get out of here too. I got to take this one back in there to his mother.
he escaped. He escaped.
Yeah. He's a regular Houdini. She hadn't missed him yet, or she'd be in here hunting him.
He's hiding.
Good night, y'all.
All right.
Take care, Wendell.
Good to see you, man. Check out
Later,
your-
Junior. Bye, random child.
Right. All right, Michael.
I'm diving, brother. Hey, I'll talk at you later.
All right, man.
Enjoyed it.
Have a good night. Thanks again. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Hope you guys had a good time. Stevie and I will be back on Thursday. Hopefully you guys will too. If you enjoyed tonight's show or whatever this was, hit the like button, subscribe, share it out, and also leave comments, guys. We love reading the comments. So we will be back on Thursday, and you guys have an amazing night, the rest of your night. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. We love you. Peace and God bless.